And good morning across the world. How is everyone across in every country of this fabulous planet this morning? And I am the spirit of ecstasy, the spirit of exciting enchantment. I am the spirit of the thrills and adventure. I am the spirit of the vortex. I am the spirit of power and energy. I am here to give you energy and authority and power for success in your life. And now, this morning, we want to talk about how we can get that solid awareness, which will give us that healing power and will give us the power to create magnificent things in our life, to create, to write beautiful songs, to sing beautifully, give us power to write poems, to write books, and give us the power to paint our paintings and do fabulous artwork. It'll give us the power to sculpt, to create, to build, to do marvelous things. We can get in this tonight. This book right here helps out quite a bit, and I go over that, few pages of that every day, and that really helps to keep me inspired along with other things. Getting into the vortex, Esther and Jerry Hicks. And you really need to have that book, and it even has a CD. If you don't like to read, it has a CD in there that helps along with it too. You need to read the book, but also there is a CD in there that you can listen to if you don't want to, if you just simply can't read it. All right, now we need to get into this solid awareness. So it is solid. The first thing we need to realize is that it is a solid awareness, and it is solidly within us, and it is all present, and it is all powerful, and it is all knowing, and it does consist of all unconditional love. We are unconditionally loved, and we are infinitely loved. Isn't that amazing? Infinitely loved with an unconditional love, with an infinite unconditional love. Oh my, when we think about all of that, that creates a lot of energy when you start just thinking about those things and letting them flow. Because if you really realize those things are true, that begins to cast out all those fears and doubts and all of those things that have been holding you back from been holding your energy back. Okay, the solid awareness then of all of this omnipotence and presence, etc., produces a huge amounts of solid energy. Our solid awareness of this vortex and what it means produces lots of energy, gives us lots of creative power. On every page of that book, it tells about how to, you get pointers on how to get more creative power, more energy. It produces all kinds of energy. Okay, we were up to combination number 6, and our combinations are those affirmations, those declarations. Some people call them affirmations, some call them declarations, some call them just statements, some call them just the faith that they have or the prayers that they're making. But it is as a declaration, an affirmation. And the affirmations that I use that are guaranteed to work, I call them combinations, because if you do them, it's as sure as dialing the combination on the lock. As if you dial the right combination, it's going to open. If you dial the right combination with infinite mind and with the vortex, it is going to bring success and energy and prosperity and abundance into your life. So, combination number 6, this guaranteed to work. Enough awareness equals enough energy. And what will energy not do? If you have enough energy, you can create anything. You can build anything. You can do anything. It'll increase your health. It'll even reverse your aging process. It'll even cause the quality of your life to increase. Enough energy. The whole thing that holds people back is not having enough energy. The low level of energy, but this will bump that all up, and this will give you so much energy that you'll be surprised at all the things you do in just a short time. You'll be able to do 10 things in the same length of time that it used to take you to do one. Oh, it's so marvelous. Just think about how much, just think about if you're making $100,000 a year now, and you can do 10 times as much, produce 10 times as much as you used to be able to do for that 100,000, you could be making millions of dollars. You see, enough awareness then is going to uncover tremendous power and tremendous creativity and tremendous ability to produce so many things. Resurrection power, the ability to just raise ourselves up out of lethargy, raise ourselves up out of lack of stamina, raise ourselves up out of doubt, and raise ourselves up out of fear, raise ourselves up out of anxiety, out of worry, and begin to just cause us to soar and ascend into power and authority and radiance and shining. And it's going to come upon us as we begin to raise our awareness. But it is present. What we got to know for a combination is that this resurrection power is not something that was back in 2,000 years ago over in Israel or somewhere like that, Bethlehem or Judea or one of those other places, or it's not that what was over in China or India or some other place like that. The resurrection power is with us right now, within us, and it is all powerful and totally present and solid in its ability, and it's all right within us right now, and we can resurrect anything from that power which is all within us. And it's at all points in time and space and always present. Resurrect energy and power. If we're in our energy and our power and our creativity is not being resurrected, if it's not being raised up, then we're not turning to that power which is now within us and taking full advantage of it. Simple as that. Okay, combination number 7. Relax solidly. Not just relax. I'm not just talking about a feeling of relaxation like, ooh, I'm relaxed. But I'm talking about a resting, just like as if you're really tired and you saw a real nice, comfortable bed, and so you just stretched out on that and you just went off into a marvelous, calm and exciting sleep. Resting then that way, relaxing solidly on the total awareness of complete, substantive, and solid energy. Just resting with an infinite rest, ability to just totally give over into awareness of complete, substantive, and solid energy, so that not even an iota of doubt is left in your mind, but what all that energy is going to begin to flow. No doubt left in my mind whatsoever that the creative power is going to flow. That the writing ability, that I can pick up that pen and I can write that book. I can pick up a paintbrush and paint that painting. I can begin to think up songs. I can begin to write poems. And no doubt in my mind, I don't even stop for a split second. You don't stop for a nanosecond and say, well, what if I can't write that song? What if I can't paint that painting? What if somebody else can do it, but I can't? You don't even take a nanosecond considering that. You just know that power is there. That's called infinite resting upon that creative energy which you know is within you. That complete, substantive, and solid energy and buoyant and overwhelming joy that is present in every. That's important. So I'll say in every second, in every nanosecond of time, in every millimeter of space, in every cubic centimeter of space, in every inch of space. Then that joy, overwhelming joy and buoyance and energy and creative power is present. Always present. It's never a case of it not being present. If you're picking up the pen, trying to write, and the words are not coming, it's not because the words are not there. It's not because the book is not already within you. It is just simply because you're not resting upon your creative power with an infinite rest. You may be resting a little upon it, but you got to rest upon it. Well, just totally give yourself over to it, and then all of that will be done with ease. Doing this will wholeheartedly produce vast energy and creative power. And we all want more creative power because that equals money. That equals abundance. And we're always trying to manifest money, trying to manifest a lottery or trying to manifest a home or a car or something. But manifestation of creative power and energy is what's going to produce that money to buy that. That's what's going to cause that all to come forth. That's what's going to cause us to be able to call it forth. It's all within that energy and creative power. More energy and creative power is yours now, though. See, that's what we got to realize. We don't realize that we got to go over that. That has to be our combination. Our affirmation is to realize that creative power and that energy is already there. It's not something that we have to build up. We're not looking for some way or another to hear something, read something, do something that will build up that energy, or take something that will build up that energy. We simply have to look to realizing that energy is already there. Just declare that it is already there and know that it is there, and it'll begin to flow. Creative power is yours now and available to you now, more than it would take. You say, well, if I only had enough energy, creative power, well, I could make $1 billion, and then, of course, all these other things I'm trying to manifest, I could just write a check for them and it'd be done. But what we don't realize is that more energy, far more energy and creative power is yours right now. It's yours. If I can get that pointer right, it is yours right now. Yours right now. More of it than it would take to actually produce $1 billion in physical work and organization, time, and skill. You're going to say, well, I'm going to do enough physical work or enough organization or spend enough time, put in enough skill and all to produce $1 billion. And then after I learn how to do all that and get that all in place and do all that, then I'll have $1 billion. But actually, all that energy and creative power is already within you right now, much more than it would take to do that. And so that's why they're able to say in books like this, the Vortex, that it is not the amount of work you do, but what your awareness level is. A part of omnipotence and infinite mind is infinite energy that is always available at any time. All substance and abundance, then, that huge amounts of energy would be able to produce, if you stop and you think, as you begin to think and write down these things that you want to manifest, you begin to think, well, how much energy would it take to produce all these things that I want? And I'm going to write down and think over, well, just how much energy that would take, how much creative power, so that I can begin to try to get that. But we got to realize that huge amounts of energy, all that huge amounts of energy that is able to produce and manifest that is all actually ours right now for the acceptance, by the level of allowing it to flow, and by the level of accepting that it is there. So we need to receive that energy now. We need to uncover our inherent energy. Deep, solid relaxation produces tremendous energy. Solid relaxation upon these truths, that all power and energy is omnipotent, omnipresent, and knowing what that implies in our life, and knowing what the significance is that to our work and our creativity, and knowing what the significance and the implication is to the fact that we are infinitely loved with a total, infinite, unconditional love, and have the energy that will produce. Knowing fully the truth of these statements produces the full and solid ability to relax deeply, to get that real deep relaxation that gets rid of all things that are interfering with energy, gets rid of all anxiety, gets rid of all worry. Combination number 8. The combination number 8 is to go over every day when you get up, and every evening before you go to bed, the statement that you already include everything. I already include everything. What do I want to manifest? What do I want to demonstrate? What do I want to see happen? I already include all of that. So it's not as if I've got to think up a whole bunch of stuff. I've got to produce a bunch of energy. I've got to vamp myself up. I've got to vibe myself up. I've got to rev myself up and psych myself up to get that energy. It's because that energy is already there. We already include everything that we need. It's just that our thoughts and our worries and our anxieties and our superstitions cover all that up. So we got to go in there and get all that out. We got to go in there and dig and throw all that off. We can always transform then into our true native energy. Know you can, and it will be done. All good and all substance is infinite and eternal, and now and forever, and is totally available to us. And as I've said before, it is seamless. All real substance And all unconditional love is seamless. There's no place it is not. There's no place that substance is not. Substance is everywhere. Unconditional love is everywhere. Energy is everywhere. And so we can receive huge amounts of it. And I'll talk to you some more about this on tomorrow.